is Tracy, and welcome to Tween Time. Imagine your dad selling your house and living in a van. Claire doesn't really know what to make of that. She really doesn't want to live in a van at all. And that means leaving behind her best friend right at the beginning of the summer, and they had a lot of plans. So this is going to be pretty problematic. And she also really wants to know what happened to her mom, who's been MIA for several years and doesn't want anything to do with her or her brother. And she has no idea why her mom even left in the first place. So her dad is telling her all these fantasy stories, which she used to really like, but no longer is really interested in. She just wants actual answers. So on this journey, she really misses her best friend Ronnie because she's only with her dad, who's constantly telling stories, to her little brother Patrick, who's really annoying and actually into the stories. So she feels kind of alone, and she just wants to kind of take matters into her own hands as to why her mom left and what's going on with all these questions and vague stories that have nothing to do with really anything in her life or her dad's life. And why is he taking her across the country to meet all these weird people from his past? So I think you'll love this book. It's really well written. It's really fun, a lot of character development. I really hated Claire's little brother Patrick at the beginning of the story, but he's actually not so bad towards the end of the story. It's not so annoying. So if you like crazy adventure stories, then you'll really like this book and you should read it. I think it's really good. It's called Wrong Way Summer by Heidi Lang. And the next story we're going to talk about is called Brave Like That by Lindsey Stoddard. So Cyrus happens to be dropped off at the fire station as a newborn baby. We don't know what happened to his birth parents, but he was just kind of left in front of the fire station. And a firefighter who was a former football player in the school district and kind of famous adopted him. So that's kind of exciting. And fast forward 11 years later, and Cyrus is going into middle school. And he's at a crossroad because he really doesn't want to play football anymore. But his best friends are playing, and his dad is really excited about him playing. And his whole, world is revolved around that. And everyone in the community expects him to be a pro. So he's a little worried about that. And he kind of meets this dog who's really awesome, but his dad doesn't really want pets or a dog, and he doesn't know how to say that he's in love with this dog and wants to bring him home. And that's why he's volunteering at the Humane Society 2 days a week, which is actually when football practice is supposed to be. So he's kind of at this crossroad where he doesn't know if he should please everybody or what he should do about this. He doesn't feel he's brave enough to be honest about who he is. But his grandma and Sam from the firefighter department really want him to, come out of his shell and embrace who he is. But that means letting his dad and his friends down. And despite all that, there's a new boy at school that his friends hate that he actually thinks is kind of cool. So what will he choose? And that's the point of the book. And I think it's really awesome. If you're in a rough spot or having trouble embracing yourself, I think you'll absolutely love it. It's really well written and a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed it. And I thought there were a lot of cool characters in it. And the English teacher is really cool. He has some really cool teachers. His dad's cool, and Cyrus himself is just a very relatable character. So I hope you'll read one of these books from this week. They're really a lot of fun. I enjoyed them, and I'm sure you'll love them. So this is Tracy, and it's Tween Time, and It's always a good day for a good book. So see you in 2 weeks. Bye.